I've been wanting to do this video. I'm doing this video. Excuse me. And I want to talk about Tiffany James. Um, I know she started calling herself Jimmy. I know her last name is James, and Jimmy comes from James. I don't know if she's calling herself Jimmy because she's, I believe, the male. She's a male, you know, in I think she's more on the masculine side. I say feminine, because she's a pretty girl, Then she told me that she dated a guy named Tommy, I guess, but I know now people are coming out, with gay and stuff, Like I say, I have family members that's gay, and have family members that's gay and stuff, and some people even think I'm that way, I don't care, but I just know that Tiffany, I worked with her like almost 2.5 years at Trinity, which is inside the Clark County jail, the kitchen, and the North Valley also has a kitchen over there. But I worked with Tiffany, almost 2.5 years. I was cool with her, I never had a problem with her. I never even had a problem with her getting promoted, but I just know that it was a lot of favoritism at Trinity, It seemed like once the Monica got the position, everything started to change, I think Ron should have been our director instead of the assistant director because he knew how to run it back. The Monica, I mean, I heard she knew how to cook like pies and stuff, but she didn't know how to cook, in the kettles. Maybe like the small, I can't think we call them things, like the small, the small little, they're not kettles, but like it's what we used to cook the vegetables at, and we also used to cook like small stuff over there too. Uh, but I know that, hey, what's up? Yeah, I know that like in the kitchen in the Clark County Jail, it was 3 kettles and it was two. I can't think we call it thing, but you can like boil like soup in there. You have like soup bags. You can boil it in there. You can like cook vegetables in there, like small stuff. And I know the Monica. Yeah, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well too. Yeah, and the Monica didn't know how to do that, but I just know they needed a director running want to do it, so they brought her in, to be a director, and I know she used to work with my ex coworker. I'm not gonna say her name, and she told me, and my ex coworker told me that the Monica was like messy, She seemed nice, she seemed proper and everything, but I know she's from Vegas and she lived in Arizona and she came back, and I know she had like Arizona tags on her truck, but the Monica was nice and everything, but she got mad at me because I went over her head and like reported Ron because I was scheduled to work, like a Saturday morning, and I got sent home, and then they told me to work 14-hour shifts, but I was only working 8 hours, so I was only getting like 32 hours. I wanted my 40 hours. And it was on April the 1st, so I thought it was an April Joe's prank, to be honest with you. But the Monica got mad because I called. I came and Gonzo. Yeah, his name was Gonzalez. I think the last name was Gonzalez, but he went by Gonzo because I called Gonzo and reported it, And she's getting mad because I was always calling Gonzo and stuff. And then the Monica used to use that against you. She would use that against you, Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah. She would use that against you. Like if you went on ahead and everything, she would use it against you. She claimed she didn't do that, but she did, because the Monica kept sending me to the North Valley Jail, NVC. She kept sending me over there, And when they needed back, she would send me back. But last time she sent me over there, she kept me over there. I didn't want to work over there, and I was getting tired of that job, and they never promoted me and stuff. And I just got tired of working there. It was good money. I just got tired of working. I got tired of working at the jail, because there was a lot of hard work and everything, and my body, it just took a toll on my body. And then having those car accidents and everything, it just took a toll on my body. I couldn't. I didn't want to deal with it no more. I didn't want to deal with that no more. But okay, going to Tiffany, yeah, me and her was cool. I was told she was given that position. Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I was told she was given that position. Something happened. Something happened. I think she may have seen something she should never seen, or something happened to where I think they wanted her to keep quiet about something. This is why I was told they wanted her to keep quiet about something, so they gave her a salary manager position. Yeah, yeah, I'm good. I'm just talking about this girl who's working with everything that they got mad at me. Uh, yes, I do, because I have family members that's LBGT, and I had a great uncle. Well, I had two great uncles that was LBGT, so I support the gays. I support them, yeah. But $700. You say you sent $100. How did you send it? Yeah, I'm trying to stay safe. Yeah, yeah. And I was told she was in a position. Yeah, yeah. The salary, like there, like at Trinity, it was like supervisor. Supervisor was like hourly manager. Then the next position was like unit manager. The next position is like assistant director, then director. Unit manager is like salary. So she was given a salary position, and then they promoted two other supervisors to salary position. Then it was another supervisor that they get promoted. I don't know if she told them no or whatever, but they skipped over her and gave it to Tiffany, and it was like she was like a kosher cook, and then she became like a supervisor support or something. I guess like yeah, so, but it was other people that was supposed to that wanted to get promoted, that they promoted who they wanted promoted. But the Monica, only wanted to promote. The Monica didn't play fair. She didn't play fair. Then the next thing I know, I started getting written up. I got like a verbal, then I got like a written warning, then I got another written warning. And then she wrote me for my attendance too, at the other jail, because I know she because she threw me over there. She had me coming in hours that I didn't want. She had me working hours that I wasn't supposed to work. I was supposed to work like 12 to 9. That was my hours. She had me going to the jail, and she had me working like 7 to 3:30. And I wasn't even supposed to work those hours. I was supposed to work 12:30 to 9. And she had me working hours I didn't want to work, so I would run late, because that wasn't my schedule. And then I know one night I was real late because what's up? Because cause I had a roommate, that's a YouTuber. I live in Vegas, but I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. Las Vegas, Nevada, but Little Rock, Arkansas is where I'm from. Yeah, I had a YouTuber live with me, and he had like issues. Wiley from the Wiley Show, and he like trashed my condo, and it caused me to be like late work because I had to like clean it up. Well, I cleaned it up the next day, but I had to clean it up, so I could like leave and everything because he threw water on the floor and everything. I drive. I drive for a living right now. And if YouTube ever picks off, I'll be doing YouTube more. But I had to get monetized first. And Yeah, he trashed my apartment wildly, and then I was left work because I had to like get the water out floor, but I was on like Storm Moreau show talking about my roommate, and I was on like Danny Robinson's show, and I talked about it. So if you look up them, I did videos with them, and then I went on Wiley's show to talk what happened too. So if you want to go back and look at those videos, you'll know about me. But yeah, I did videos about Damonica like 2 years ago, and I brought up Tiffany, and then Damonica must have told Tiffany what I said. Then Tiffany she called me and she like cursed me out. I did a video about Tiffany already. I did a video about her already, confronting her about her cursing me out and everything because I was just told the information about you. I didn't really care about it, but I know Damonica, did a lot of shady stuff she should have did because she got fired. She lost her job. I didn't hate Damonica at first, but in the end, I started to hate her. Because you kept fucking with me. You kept trying to write me up and everything, and I don't like being written up. I don't like being written up. That's one thing I don't like is to be written up. And if I'm being written up, then write up some way to steal your record and everything. I gotta bounce, because I mean, my granddad always told me that it's better to work for white people because white people will pay you and stuff. Cause a lot of black people, not all black people, a lot of black people are like shady and stuff. Cause I work with a black manager at rallies and everything, Marcus Reed. He's ahead of my time. I had to like complain on him to get my hours back. I don't even know if I got all my hours back, but I had to complain, about what he did to me, and I had to end up getting my hours back later. He's a black manager, but it's just that working at the jail, there was ghetto, there was always cursing. It wasn't professional. It was some people that worked there that was professional, but it wasn't good. And then the Metro COs were cursing. It was just it was a toxic environment. It was. And then you had to deal with the COs. There were a lot of COs had attitudes and everything. And then I heard that the employees and everything couldn't even eat up there with the officers and everything. I heard that they had to eat like downstairs, in the basement. They had to get the food. They on lunch for 30 minutes. You got like get your food and stuff, and then go down to the basement, and then have your lunch down there. So they really made it harder for like people working there and stuff. And I'm just glad I got out of there. I mean, MEC was easy and stuff, but I was away from my coworkers and everything. I wasn't my coworkers. I didn't like it. And if I would known they were gonna fire them, I probably would have stayed. But I just had to leave. But I don't appreciate Tiffany getting mad at me about something that I heard about her. But Tiffany was very two-faced and everything, and I heard she was two-faced. She didn't deserve that promotion. She was given that position, and she like got the people. I left. She got her friends like promoted and all that stuff. It was just a lot of favoritism. It's like you promote people that deserve jobs. You don't promote people because they're your friends. I don't want to bring up, the other girl name because the other girl may try to curse me out too. Do dumb stuff. Cause I swear, if other people curse me out stuff, I'm gonna report them too. It just, it was just a lot of people that work there were like ghetto and stuff. They know how to talk to people. It was just a bad environment. I'm glad I left. Because I hate paying $40 a month to park and everything. Then you gotta walk there, and then that's how my kid got stolen because I was working there. If I would never got a job there, my kid would never got stolen. It was just a lot of mess. It was a lot of mess. It was a lot of mess. And I just, I just did not like, you know, I just did not like that environment. You know, just I miss certain people that work there and stuff, and I have nothing against gay people. You know, nothing against gay people, but I just don't like your dyke ass, Tiffany. I don't like your dyke ass. I don't like your dyke ass. And you see me again, don't say shit to me. You know, act as if you don't know because I don't want to fuck with you no more. You know, I just, you just a stupid bitch. I just gonna say it like you a stupid bitch, you know. But um, it won't last, you know. The favoritism and everything, you know, you being in there, the favoritism, I mean, it's not gonna last, you know. You know, I mean, I don't say they know you better do your job because when they get tired of you, they gonna pull you out of there. And everybody else that work there, they don't deserve the positions or in there doing shady stuff. I mean, it's a lot of people that are doing shady stuff. I don't want to name no names, but a lot of people that are doing shady stuff. Not everybody. Some people that are cool, you know, but it just so ghetto and everything. And I mean, they even had like a white manager that worked there that left, that left them because it did so much, mess. So I just hope that that place gets better, you know. I don't get on this and all that, you know. I haven't called, like one of my friends still work there, but it was a lot of mess, and it's like they had white people that work there. I know it's still a white person that worked there as far as I know, but it's like all the white people that work there, they end up quitting and stuff, because it's around like a lot of ghetto people and stuff, rude people and all that, so that they can't like keep people there, And I don't have nothing against working with black people and everything, but if you're black and everything, you gotta do your job. You can't slack on your job because they'll fire you before they fire a white person. Even though it did now in Trump administration, they take away DEI and all that stuff, they will fire you quicker. Um, so y'all people in there got those good positions. Um, I'm basically talking about when I worked at the Clark County Jail under Trinity service group. I knew this girl named Tiffany that I worked with. She was cool and everything. She got promoted. She was given a position. She got promoted, and then my boss, Damonica got mad at me because I called the district manager, Gonzo. I called him because they sent me home one day and I was supposed to work. So it was on April 1st, 2023. And I called him about it, because they sent me home and everything. And then they told me that I was supposed to work like 14-hour shifts, but I ended up working like 8-hour shifts because I wouldn't get my hours and everything. And then I kept in time. I had a complaint that I didn't want to. I mean, when I would talk to Mark about issues, she would never solve them. So I would go over her head and she would get mad at me and stuff, And then out of retaliation, they started writing me up for stuff, They started writing me up for stuff, and then they kept sending me to the other jail to work. The other jail was like by the Air Force Base. They kept sending me over there. I didn't like it because it's secluded from everybody. Most of your coworkers work in the main jail. Over there, maybe like 5 to 10 workers. Not even that. It was secluded. It was away from everybody. I just we it wasn't part of the jail. It was a separate company, so they didn't have a union. All they had was like hire people, over your boss, and they had like an extras line, but um, they wasn't really doing nothing. So I just ended up quitting, But the Monica, got fired. But the same day I quit, though, she got fired. So if I would know she got fired, I would have stayed there. But at that job, once they write you up for something, the write-ups don't fall off. They stay on your record. As long as you work, the write-ups will stay on your record and everything. Like at Walmart, I worked there. The write-ups at Walmart will fall off, but the write-ups at the jail wouldn't fall off. So I just ended up quitting. Right now I drive. I do Uber. I'm a courier. I'm doing this right now, and then like after my birthday, I'm gonna find a job with like benefits and everything, and then I just do these jobs on the side. But yeah, they got rid of Monica, but Tiffany still works there as far as I know. That is part of the problem because the people because the people that work there were ghetto. You had to deal with like the CEOs and everything. The CEOs, some of the CEOs had nasty attitude on the way, and then the managers there were unprofessional. They would curse you out and everything. And I got into it with a supervisor named Shanice. I got into it with her, and then I told them what happened. Did the Monica use that against me too? She used that against me. And instead of her, but the Monica type person, she'll believe her management team over the employees and everything. You know, and that was a problem, And then I know Shanice almost got fired, but the Monica saved her job, because it was an issue with employee and everything. The employee got fired, but she kept Shanice from getting fired. But me and Shanice ended up making up, before I left. Me and her made up. But I'm not gonna let nobody like yell at me. I got mad at her and I went off on her, and then they used that against me, even though Shanice started talking mess to me first. You know, but and Tiffany, like after I started working for the company, Tiffany called me and she cursed me out because the Monica went back and told the Monica was bitter about losing her job and everything. So why I did the video about the Monica? The Monica went to Tiffany and told her I was talking about her. But all I said is that uh, basically Tiffany was given her position. She didn't earn a position, and that basically was true. She didn't earn a position. She was given her management position, and I guess Tiffany got mad because I mentioned her name and she called her, reported her to the edges line at Trinity. But basically what I'm saying, I'm doing this video because I'm just telling Tiffany, don't call me again. If you call me, you still work for Trinity, I will report you because if you still work for that company, just like watching Little Caesars and stuff, I was told that once an employee leave the company, if you're a manager, you can't contact that person, at all. You can't talk about them or anything. I mean, if y'all are friends, that's different, but you can't like contact that person and say anything to them. You gotta leave them alone because they can report you. You can lose your job. So it's the same thing with that, but I believe Tiffany didn't lose her job, when I reported her. But I know one of her friends there got promoted to a supervisor too after I left. So they just do their favors and everything. They promote who they want to promote because I know Shanice left the jail too. She don't work there no more. I don't know if they fired her or she quit, but I know they don't work there no more either. And that jail, it just need improvements and everything. It need improvements and stuff. It's basically black people that work there and Hispanic people. That job don't have a lot of white people because the white people that work there don't want to be around all that mess. It's a lot of mess there, and nothing against black people. I've said black people can be professional. Yeah, the black people can be professional and everything, but it's real ghetto there. And I know a lot of black people are ghetto. A lot of Hispanic people can be ghetto too and stuff. And then they have their cliques and everything. It's just unprofessional. And some people that work there that's professional, but a lot of people that ain't professional. They curse and everything. It's just a lot of mess. And I have nothing against black people, getting promoted and everything. That's good, and all that. But you have to do your job and everything. You gotta be professional. You can't be doing shady stuff. You can't be stealing. You can't be dating people behind the scenes and stuff like that. You can't be doing that type of stuff because corruption and stuff. Because right now, they're taking stuff away from people and stuff. No, they took DI away, so they're not going to promote like people of color, to positions no more. They still do, but it's harder, because Trump is a racist. I don't care what nobody say he's a racist. He don't like minorities unless you got money. And even white people, he'll throw white people under the bus too. When you get tired of you, he pushes you to the side. All he care about is himself. And he's getting richer, and everybody's getting poor. So, um, everybody gotta, keep their job. Well, they gotta keep their job and everything. Hold to your job because it's gonna get harder and harder, and the country is gonna eventually collapse. But I gotta get off of here, but Tiffany, don't call me no more. You can fuck yourself. You can be a bulldog all you want, that's your business, but don't fuck me no more. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Leave me the fuck alone. If y'all know who you can send to, I don't give a damn, but leave me the fuck alone. You call me again, I will report you. Oh no, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. That was years ago. I left that company. I'm at peace. I don't have to worry about them no more. I know Damonica was having people like call my phone and threaten me and everything, but I reported them to like the police. Yeah, I reported. I went to the police station like 2 years ago, and I reported her to the police. I gave them a number and all that. So I haven't received a phone call from them at all, but I know the guy was like, I see him beat you up and everything, but I don't think they will do anything, because if they do something, everything, they gonna trace it back to her. So if she's not stupid, she's not gonna go to jail. But I talk about her today, but I'm done with her and everything. I don't have to deal with her no more. That's good. I don't have to deal with her no more. That's good. I just, if I work with her again, I know what to do, but I don't have to deal with her no more. That's good. So yeah, people gotta do their job and everything. They can't be ghetto. If it's a ghetto environment, that's different. But you gotta be professional. You gotta do your job and be on your job and get promoted because you deserve it, not because you're somebody's friend. But anyway, yeah, I gotta get out of here, and I hope that y'all have a good day. And I will send this to Tiffany. She will respond. She can. Well, I really shouldn't send this to her though. But y'all have a good day. Like, share, subscribe, hit button notification down below. See something, say something, afraid to speak out. Wash inside your hands, be social distance, wear a mask. Leave, leave her, Johnny. Leave her. Who is singing? Leave her, Johnny. Leave her. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I gotta get out here, But thanks for listening. Y'all have a good day. And the COVID stuff, was a sham. But come back to cover sneeze, and wash stuff out your hands. Just be safe out there. I look it up. Yeah, y'all be safe out there. You see something right later. Yeah, y'all see something, that, but y'all have a good day. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my routes. Peace out. Hold on. Singing, leave her, Jerry. I gotta look that up. But anyway, y'all have a good day. Peace.